העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר צר, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר צר, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר צר, כל העולם כולו גשר צר מאוד, כל העולם הוא גשר, והעיקר לא לפחד כבר, לא לפחד, והעיקר לא לפחד כבר, לא לפחד. As I walk along this very narrow bridge, I will not be afraid, knowing you are with me. As I walk along this very narrow bridge, I will not fear, knowing you are near. והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד, והעיקר לא לפחד, והעיקר לא לפחד כלל, לא לפחד, לא לפחד כלל.
Good evening, Shabbat Shalom, Shana Tova to what has turned out to be a shockingly large Shabbat Shuvah crew. I'm also pumping my fist because I'm very excited to see all of you here. We are blessed this evening to be with Jacob Kraus, an incredible nationally touring song leader and someone who I consider to be a friend. Best friends, obviously, besties for life. We're so lucky to be here to celebrate this new year together, to celebrate this Shabbat of return together. We will also be joined by Rabbi Meyer later on, but we'll go ahead and kick off with a little Dine Matov.
You couldn't get rid of me that easily. I booked a flight for tomorrow instead of today so that we could spend Kabbalat Shabbat together. I want to teach you, we're going to do a lot of singing, a lot of sharing of music tonight, which makes a lot of sense considering that this Shabbat is Parshat Ha'azinu, which is also called Moses' song. We'll talk about that later on in the service. This Hine Matov is a new Hine Matov that I wrote during the year, and we're going to be singing it on Yom Kippur. I believe we're singing it at Ne'ilah, so on Saturday evening as we close the high holidays together, we'll sing this, so you will already have a head start. If you ever take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Listen first, it sounds like this. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Will you try that with me? Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Beautiful, sing it again. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Really nice. The second time it goes up like this. Hine ma tov u'manayim, up here. Shevet achim gam yachad. So just that third line changes. Let's do that. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Listen, shevet achim, da 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 da. Right down the scale with me. Shevet achim gam yachad. Let's go first ending, second ending. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Really nice. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Now you've really got it. Sing out loud. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, up here. Shevet achim gam yachad. Second part like this. Excuse me. How good it is, how sweet it is, how good it is for us to be together. Join in with me. How good it is. A little bit higher. How sweet it is, how good it is for us to be together. That's the whole thing. How good it is, how sweet it is, how good it is for us to be together. How good it is, how sweet it is, how good it is for us to be together. Last time, hine ma tov. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shabbat Shalom.
As we bring in our light of Shabbat, I want to invite up Judy Rive McGuire ahead of our cemetery service. This time of year, I think about all of the important work that all of the various parts of the Jewish community does, and all of you at Sugars do some of the most, if not the most important work in our community. And ahead of our cemetery service, I wanted to say thank you. I'm so glad you're here. We are on page 2. Baruch הדליק נר של Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for all that you all do. We will continue with Shir Chadash, Sing a New Song unto God. You can find it on your screens. Shir Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shir Adonai Shir.
Let's sing that part again. Shir Adonai.
The welcoming of our Sabbath bride. We are on page 20. As always, we will be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and is that okay? 1, 2, 5, and 9?
I was just about to ask.
Yes,
That
1,
was
2,
me
5, and
saying
9.
whatever verses that Cantor Kalix says we're going to do, that's what we're going to do.
Verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. We are on page 20.
I'm going to sing a piece of this refrain, and I hope that you will sing back to me, please, in your most beautiful Pittsburgh, in Yin's most beautiful Pittsburgh voices. Lecha dodi likrat kala, your turn. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pinei Shabbat nikabela, pinei Shabbat nikabela, lecha first line. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pinei Shabbat nikabela. We bring it home down here in the lower register. Pinei Shabbat nikabela. So we'll sing that refrain like 4 or 5 times. Hopefully you'll feel confident on it by the end. We'll join together. We'll start with Chadodi. Lichadodi likrat kala, pinei Shabbat nikabela. Lichadodi likrat kala, pinei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, hishmianu el hamiyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet Velitila lecha dodi likrat kala, pinei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pinei Shabbat Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki hi mekor habracha. Merosh mikedem nisucha. Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Hitoreri, you sound great, you can join in. Hitoreri, hitoreri. Kiva orech kumi ori. Daberi Kivod Adonai alayich nigla Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nikabela.
We rise to greet the Sabbath bride.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala. Gam b'simcha u'v'tzola. Toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nikabela.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to channel my inner Rabbi Aaron Meyer and invite you to explore the idea that perhaps there are two kinds of people in the room, those who prefer Rosh Hashanah and those who prefer Yom Kippur. So I invite you to turn to your neighbor and discuss which one is the better holiday. Strong opinions about this. We have some feelings. We'll have a chance to continue these conversations at our oneg after Shabbat. But for now, since we have greeted one another, let's continue welcoming in Shabbat with words of Shalom Aleichem on page 24. And I invite you to be seated as we continue on page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lachem Shalom, Malachei HaSharet.
bottom of page 25, in the very bottom of page 25, under the blue line bottom of page 25. And so we understand that ordinary people are messengers of the Most High. They go about their tasks in holy anonymity, often even unknown to themselves. Yet, if they had not been there, if they had not said what they said or did what they did, it would not be the way it is now. We would not be the way we are now. Never forget that you too yourself may be a messenger, perhaps even one whose errand extends over several lifetimes. We continue on page 26 with words of Chatzi Kaddish.
יתקדש ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה, בגלה, ובזמן קריב, ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם עולם מעליה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמת קודשו בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירה ועלה, ויאמרו אמן.
We rise as we are able on page 28 for our call to worship.
La 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 la. La 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 la. ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Together on the top of page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv arvim.
I'm going to invite you to have a seat because we're going to learn a new Avat Olam, and then Rabbi Meyer can decide if we'll restand for Shema or not. That is above my pay grade. Once we sit, if we stand, I'll let the rabbis decide on that. I love this moment in the service. This is what I call the love sandwich. Moment in the service. And the reason I say that is because we have Ahavat Olam, which is all about the ways that God shows love for us, for God's people. So it's all the love that comes this way. And then we sing Shema, and then we have Ve'ahavta, right, the back half of Shema, which is all about the ways that we show love for God. So all the love going this way. So we have all the love coming down this way, and all the love going up that way, and in the middle we have Shema, right? The watchword of our faith, which means listen, and it's this reminder, I think, always that the most loving relationships, romantic, platonic, spiritual, whatever, to make sure that the love continues to flow both ways, it starts with listening first and speaking second, and it's always just, I think, a really powerful and simple reminder here in this spot. So here's a love song version of Ahavat Olam. I'll invite you to sing back to me. We'll do call and response. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha, Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Chukim u'mishpatim. Okay, dig deep. We're going up in the Shemayim. O Tanu, sing that. O Tanu, I knew you could do it. Limadita, Limadita. So we sing back and forth all the way until O Tanu, which we'll do together, okay? Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha, Ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, and now together. O Tanu Limadita. Let's sing that part together again. Me first. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, together. O Tanu Limadita.
I got a subtle head nod from the other Rabbi Meyer. We're going to stand for pages 34 and 35 for Shema.
Shema
Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. We continue on page 36 with Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'am b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha Uchtabtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai vitem kiddushim leloheichem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem emet. Turn together in Michamocha, which you can find on page 40 and also on the screens. This melody we actually sang on Rosh Hashanah morning. That comes from Rabbi Aaron Meyer's favorite state of Michigan. And I believe we introduced last year at the High Holidays, but we never actually got to sit with it and learn it, so I figured we would share it together again.
We turn now to page 42. This past year, Rabbi Aaron and I have spent this section of the service praying for the Shabbat Shalom, the shelter of peace over all innocents in harm's way, over our hostages, over the state of Israel, and of course we are in advance of the October 7th memorial that will be taking place on Monday. And so together, I want to take an opportunity to read in English on page 42. Together we read. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our coming and going, to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. I invite you to turn to a section of the book we don't usually spend too much time in. We're in page 354. Page 354. I was joking with Spike just a couple minutes before the service that you can take me out of cantorial school, but you cannot take the Israeli songs classes I attended out of me. And so I wanted to take a look for our poem tonight at Shir LaShalom, which is a song that's very popular in Israel, but I feel like we don't look at the lyrics in English very often, and I wanted to take a second this week as we approach this dreadful anniversary to take a look at what this song has to say. Let the sun rise, the morning dawn. The purest of prayers will not bring us back. Bitter crying will not awaken or return those whose candle has gone out and who has been buried in the dust. It won't return anyone to us from dark pits. Here neither joy of victory nor songs of praise will be of any use. So just sing. Sing for peace. Don't whisper a prayer. It is far better to sing for peace in one great shout. Let the sun shine through the flowers. Don't look back. Leave that to pedestrians. Lift up your eyes in hope, not through gun sights. Sing a song of love, not of war. Don't say the day will come. Bring the day, because it is not a dream. In every city square, cry out for peace. So just sing, sing for peace. Don't whisper a prayer. It is far better to sing for peace in one great shout.
This Shamru can be found on page 44. As we celebrate Shabbat, and not just any Shabbat, but Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat that falls between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. So this Shabbat only happens once a year. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Bein uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam berit olam. We move into Amidah. On page 46, I'll invite you to please rise. if it is comfortable, and a reminder that on page 48, when we get to Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, we're going to do that insert that says Shabbat Shuvah right there in the middle of the page that you typically skip over. Sorry?
And the one on give her to there's another one.
Oh, there's another one on Give Her Out.
I'll give it her.
Cantor Kalix went to school, so Cantor Kalix is going to help. We'll join together on page 46, but now we know our way through the prayer book together. Adonai sefatai tivtach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem Le'man Shemo Be'ahava Zochreinu L'chaim Melech Hafetz B'chaim V'chotfeinu B'Sefer HaChaim Le'mancha Elohim Chaim Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Morid HaTal Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim Umatir Asurim Umekayeh Emunato Lishemei Afar Michamocha Baal Gerurot Umidam Melach Melech Memit Umechayeh Umhatzmiach Yeshua Michamocha Avharachamim Zocher Yitzurav L'chaim Berachamim V'ne'eman atah L'hachayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yehallelucha Selah Baruch atah Adonai HaMelech HaKadosh.
When I was out in Seattle, I had the pleasure of working with Rabbi Oren Hayon, and he referred to it as Prayers Waldo. When you're trying to find those Shabbat Shuvah inserts, when you're looking for them in the rest of the Amidah, you can find two more if you look closely for that striped shirt through page 62. And I invite you to continue silently with those traditional words of prayer, or with the prayers that can only come from each of our own hearts. That didn't go quite as well as I was hoping. Maybe I won't use it for Kol Nidre. Maybe. I'll think about that.
page 60, we pray for peace together. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki Atahu Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'enecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
In the book of life, blessing, peace, and prosperity, may we be remembered and inscribed by you, we and all your people Israel, for a good life and for peace. Blessed are you, Adonai, who makes peace. Baruch atah Adonai, oseh hashalom. May we feel a sense of peace on this Shabbat Shuvah, and may those in need of healing feel that sense of peace as we ask their names, as we invite our prayers for a special Mishaberach Lecholim. If there are those you are thinking of in need of healing, I would invite you to share their names if you are comfortable doing so.
Robert Haggis, John Paul Mahofsky, Francis Williams, Art Morgan Jervis.
Jessica Jorgensen.
Lord Israel, Gaza, Lebanon, and Ukraine.
David Greenwald. Angela Bernfeld. Lee Weiss, Toby.
That's Jeffrey.
Karen Weisberg. Ivy Goldstein.
That's Rivers, Jeffrey Rivers, and
Samantha Norton.
Becky Russell.
Liz Barr. Carol Stanley.
Misheberach Imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel Vilea Hu Yivarech et HaCholim Bizman Kari Vinomar Amen.
Mishaberach
Spread your healing around us once more. May our strength, may our souls be restored. Vinomar Amen. Heal our hurts and heal our hearts. Show us the way and teach us to start. Help us where fragile we are. Vinomar Amen. Avotenu Yitzchak v'Yaakov Hu yevarech et hacholim bizman kariv v'nomar Amen. That's a new piece as well, and I want to thank Cantor Kalix for singing it with me. Okay, got the opportunity to preach, so I'm going to talk a little bit about this week's Torah portion. I was asked to do a sermon in song, and then I thought that the Torah portion was last week's Torah portion, and I was like, I have a great song, it's all about Chazak ve'amatz, it's going to be fantastic. Nobody's heard it before. I'm at a couple of camps I've heard before. I was like, this is great, and then I looked at hebcal.com, which is like a website where you can see what Parsha HaShavua is, and I was a week off. And this week's Torah portion is not as exciting. This week's Torah portion, I take that back. That's a judgment call. This week's Torah portion is Parshat Ha'azinu. It's also known as Moses' song. And it's fascinating because the rabbis teach that the whole book of Deuteronomy was written by Moses specifically. And there's some ideas about whether, God wrote the Torah, Moses wrote the Torah, whatever. The book of Deuteronomy is like Moses literally wrote the Torah. And for 31 chapters in Deuteronomy, it's all prose. We did this, and then we did that, do this, don't do that, etc., etc. And then, chapter 32, Parshat Ha'azinu, it becomes, the Hebrew text says shirah, which the rabbis translate as poem, but really means song. And so they call this Shirat Moshe, Moses' song. And there's only 2 other times in the whole Torah where the text becomes poetry instead of prose. One you might be familiar with is the song at the sea, Shirat Hayam, after we cross the Red Sea in the book of Exodus, Michamocha ba'elim Adonai. And then the second one is the Israelites also erupt into song around a well in the desert, which is a lesser known song. But then we get a song here. And this is the penultimate chapter of the penultimate parsha of the Torah before next Wednesday when we celebrate Simchat Torah, or Thursday, and we start our cycle all over again. So Moses is about to die, and you would think then that Moses' song here would be this big triumphant kind of like momentous, hey, we did it, we're about to enter the land of Israel. I'm not going with you, but Joshua's going to take over. It's amazing, this really big, hopeful ending, right? But that's not what we get. It's this really kind of like intense, scary, tragic thing where God, through Moses, predicts that the Jewish people are going to forsake God and leave the derech. And it's like all doom and gloom and really, really intense for like a last thing to say to the Israelite people before you die. And so the rabbis ask, why is it in song? Like at this point, he basically recaps and then predicts the future. And so it's like, why does this moment here have to be in song? What's the point of using a song in this context? So I asked Rabbi Meyer to grab a line from Exodus that I think is really important. And hopefully you can see it on your screens. Remember the days of old, consider the years of ages past. Ask your father, he will inform you, your elders, they will tell you. And so here we have it at this big momentous occasion where we're singing and we're not talking. Technically it's poetry, I know, it's like, but it's poetry. What's the deal? Remember the days of old, consider the years of ages past. So this word right here, shanot, it means years. Like you might recognize at the end of the Passover Seder, we say Lishana Haba'a B'Yerushalayim, right next year in Jerusalem. Shana means years. So shanot means years. So there's a rabbi, 19th century rabbi Shmuel Bornstein, who lived in Poland. And Rabbi Bornstein looked at the word shanot and he said, that looks really similar to another Hebrew word. And that Hebrew word is, boom, slide. Shinui. Shinui, this one over here, or lishanot, okay? And shinui, or lishanot, which is the same root, means change. And so Rabbi Bornstein said, slide. What if we read the text this way? Remember the days of old, consider the changes of ages past. Not consider the years, consider the changes. That at this moment in Torah, right before we finish Torah, right before we go inside, we're singing. It's so important to remember that we learned it in verse so we wouldn't forget it. That we are supposed to take stock of where we came from so that we know where we're going. And recognize how things change from generation to generation and how we change over time as a people and as individuals. And so here we are on Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat of changing, the Shabbat of returning is technically what it means, Shuvah, returning, although it also starts with a shin. This Shabbat of returning, this Shabbat here in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, where we take stock of what we've done in the past year, right? We're in the middle of this moment where we're supposed to think about the things we did that were great and the things we did that were not so great. We're supposed to make apologies to the people that we've hurt. We're supposed to reflect, just like the Israelites did just before they crossed into the land of Egypt, on how we've changed and what we need to change and how we can be better, how we're called to be better in the year ahead. And because singing, as evidenced in our Torah portion this week, kind of pushes the message home a little bit harder. I think about Peter, Paul, and Mary. Music speaks louder than words, right? It's the only thing that the whole world listens to. And so the reason that we sing in this Torah portion is to really push the message home. You think about where you've been, how we've changed over time, so that we live up to the achievements of past generations and we learn from their mistakes. And we live up to the achievements that we've done in the past and we learn from our mistakes and we change. And that's what Shabbat Shuvah is all about, not just in this week's Torah portion, but this particular Shabbat. And so, because it's a Shabbat where the whole Torah portion is technically in song, I thought I would share a sermon in song. See, I got there roundabout ways, Rabbi. This is my favorite song to sing at this time of year. I've shared it with this community a couple of times last year and the year before that. At Ne'ilah, we've changed up our outline this year to include some new pieces, so we'll not be singing it for Ne'ilah Yom Kippur, but I felt like this, given everything we've just spoken about, is a really nice way to close out this Shabbat sermon and song. This is a song called Trusty and True. By a songwriter named Damian Rice, who is not Jewish, but I think that this song is really, really Jewish. trusty and true, but feathers fell from our wings. We wanted to be worthy of you, but weather rained on our dreams, and we can't take back what is done, what is past. So fellas, lay down your fears, and we can't take back what is done, what is past. So let us start from here. And if all that you are is not all you desire, then come. Come alone, come with fear, come with love, come however you are. You feel like you're gonna get the hang of it, I invite you to sing along. This is a community song. Just come alone, come with friends, come with foes, come however you are. Just come alone, come let yourself be let go, come however you are. Just come alone, come so carefully close, come however you are. Just come alone, come with sorrows and songs, come however you are. Just come alone, come let yourself be wrong, come however you are. Just come. Shabbat Shalom.
It is the message of Shabbat Shuvah, not only to return, but to show up, to come, to bring your best self into the year ahead, for truly it will take all of us to continue the work of improving not only ourselves, but this world in which we live. And as we turn our thoughts to words of Aleinu L'Shabeach, Jacob is going to introduce us to a new melody, bringing out that sense of responsibility incumbent upon each of us in this new year. Are we standing? Are we sitting? We go over so many of the high-level details.
We're gonna start sitting, and I'll invite you to. I'll do the rabbi thing in a little bit. You'll know. Visual cues. Do me a favor. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. It's up to us to build the future. It's up to us to light the way. It's up to us to make tomorrow more than today. It's up to us to find the meaning. It's up to us to blaze the trail. It's up to us to push our limits. We will not fail. We sing Alleluia. It's up to us to forge connections. It's up to us to lead the charge. It's up to us to stand united, 'cause that's who we are. It's up to us to start the process. It's up to us to lend our hand. It's our obligation to help leave the nation better than when we began.
Welcome to be seated as we turn in our Siddur to page 294, where we find words of Mourner's Kaddish. And at this time in our service, we call to mind the memories of those of whom we are thinking. We think of Rose Appel and Frank Barnes, Sophia Bodnovich and Albert Brandt, Rose Browd and Anne Brown, Esther Cayanez and Herman P. Cohen, John Colvin Senzo, Benjamin Esterman, Margaret Franchek, Fred A. Goldberg, George Goldman, Albert Edward Gordon, Belle E. Greenbaum, Eleanor Hildock, Bertha Kraus, Carol Maidman, Marlene Mollinger, Erwin Newman, Helen Nobel, Mary Presser, Israel Pressman, Catherine Sidwar Robbins, Joseph Robinson, Harvey Rosenberg, Gertrude Rosner, Frida Rubin, David Rulo, Andrew Sack, Anthony Santagati, Viola Santagati, Sally Schaffler, Cecil Schwartz, Harry Schneider, Stuart Siegel, Molly Scheffler, Irving Silmore, Shayna Simkin, Mildred Steiner, Gertrude Tarbus, Anne Trivis, Florence Waldholtz, Sylvia Weinstein, Ethel Weiss, and Frida Weiss. If there are others whom you are remembering this Shabbat, or if I have inadvertently mispronounced the name of a loved one, I would invite you to share their names at this time.
Judith Gordon, Stephen Oshawa,
Asia Lee Firestone, Michael Worth.
Yehi zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. I would invite you to rise as you are able in sympathy and support and comfort of all who mourn this evening, as together on page 294 we affirm, Yit Gadol v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon u'vyomechon, U'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemed kudsha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'halma v'imru Amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Osei shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. You are welcome to be seated. Before we conclude our service, a number of thank yous this evening to Rabbi Emily for bringing in the delicious round challah. We will offer a blessing over and eat in just a moment. To Jacob for joining us not only this Shabbat Shuvah, but for the high holy days, bringing your music, your inspiration, your teaching into this community. We are grateful. And to all who have joined us on this Shabbat Shuvah day, please, when we might otherwise be Jewished out, it is important to join in community, to hold one another as we do this important work of return. We invite you to turn in your prayer books now, page 322, for some familiar...
I made a game time switch.
Oh, fantastic, please.
343. We're going to close with the words of Oseh Shalom. We'll pray for peace together and raise our voice. Oseh Shalom, Nimromah, Uyaseh Shalom, Aleinu, Ve'al kol Yisrael, Ve'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom.
invite you to rise now as we join in the shortened form of the sweetness of Shabbat, though we feel it in its full glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. And our blessing over bread, the nash we might share out in the foyer, and the meals we eat this Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova.
May the one who makes peace bring peace down.